doing his fine time. Doug Goodstein.
Well, what's the angle that it's boring?
That was, first of all, it's the longest fine time of them all. And yes, it's, JD won. So I sort of separated them in 3 different sections. Mm-hmm. This one is more boring questions and answers. Like, no one cares where he worked.
What did you do before Howard, and has working with Howard been the most enjoyable job of your career?
Well, before Howard, I was at ABC News.
How could anybody think this is interesting? Why would we put this on Howard TV? I mean, at some point, how deep, yesterday was... What was that report, Greg, on you for 10 minutes about you're moved in with your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Well, we got a lot to cover today.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. What's happening? Good morning. We have a big show for you today. Yes, you're lucky. You're lucky you have Sirius XM because you're going to hear a stirring performance from Jewel, who will be singing Silver Nickels and Golden Dimes, her new hit single, that I wrote. That's correct. In 6th grade, I wrote Silver Nickels and Golden Dimes. And all you'll hear is Devil's Chimes.
Have you heard her rendition?
I have not. I will be hearing it.
I
will be hearing it for the first time today. Also, the very gorgeous Jenny McCarthy will stop by with big news. That's all I'll say about it. Big news.
What could the big news be?
I don't think she's admitted this to anyone else. She is going to announce today. It's going to be big news.
Big news?
Big news. She's learned to do something. That's all I'll say.
Quiet down?
And she'll be accompanied by a choir of 200 black children.
To do this thing that she now learned?
No. You're totally lying. I just had a major meltdown.
Oh, really?
I'm okay now. Gary made a mistake. He booked Jewel and Jenny McCarthy at the exact same time.
Oh, no.
Yeah, for 8 o'clock.
Oh, jeez.
So he totally fucked up, and he was apologizing, and I'm like, well... what am I supposed to say? It's just so disappointing. I got to get out. I got to get out. I want out. How do I get out of here? Am I allowed to just leave?
No.
I mean, if I say to Sirius, look, we're done. I want to get out. Would they accept? Or do I have to stay here because of a contract? I don't think I have to.
Yeah, you have to ask your agent first to see if there is an escape.
I can't find him.
He's hiding.
It just was really, Gary goes, he says, I got to just tell you this. He says, whoever gets here first, I'll tell the other one to go home.
Oh.
I said, no, you can't do that. Nice. Wait, what did you say? It was the best line.
Whoever gets here first will put on.
Oh, whoever gets here first will put on. I love you.
So now Jewel and Jenny are in a race.
No, we got to, I said, Gary, what you need to do is you need to get a hold of Jenny, because Jenny lives in New York at least, and maybe beg her to reschedule. And she has agreed. But I'm sure that the woman got up early and has been preparing.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, I'm absolutely... Gary, I suppose you could write a note to them explaining yourself. I mean, and not an email.
No, I already wrote it out to the public.
And send her a gift.
I'm sending her flowers. Howard, I can't even begin to tell you how awful I feel.
All right.
I'm so sorry.
All right, I'm going to try and be the grown-up here and not have my stack blown. I even dismissed the Howard TV camera during the commercial so they wouldn't get my tirade on the air. See? I'm growing up. Right, Robin?
That's right.
That's
and
it.
I hope all those people who usually say you're mean to Gary.
I'm not mean. I understand.
Take this into consideration.
Just a mistake. Come hold me, Robin. Get in here and hold me. Just cradle me.
My arms around you.
No, but if I leave the radio, right? No harm, no foul. Won't cost Sirius any money. And
what are you talking about?
I'm allowed to leave. I'm sick. I'm sick of it. I'm sick. I'm sick. They can't tell me I got to show up if I'm sick. I've got a 3-year illness. They didn't follow the fucking contract. Why should I? Fuck you.
Somehow, isn't that always the case, though? They don't, you have to?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but with contracts, I got to tell you, I tell you, I don't know why I bother signing them, but I don't want to get started. I don't want to be negative today. I came in positive. I got up at 2 in the morning for this shit. I'm going to have a heart attack right now. I'm going out on the air. Oh, I'm going to meet my Lord and Savior. That's right.
How could these bad things be happening to you? God doesn't work with really good people.
Well,
Doesn't
that's
work
'cause
with bad people.
God isn't in control of the world. You know who is. Gary's dentist. I think I have a contract where if I have a heart attack, I still have to work. So,
Even if you're dead. They will stuff you and put you in that chair.
Hi, John. You're on the air in Philadelphia.
Oh, thank you for taking my call.
Yeah, so we will have Jewel today. For those of you who were excited about Jenny McCarthy coming in, she will not be in because whoever gets here first will put on the air. Like
Gary the big two fuck up.
Well, you can't do that to people. You can't say, "Oh, you got here first," but to the other person, well, you can't go on.
The great guest race.
Yeah.
Rather have.
Can I explain something?
Yeah.
Just so you know, it's not the smartest thing, but it's not what I meant. What I meant was whoever gets here first we'll put on, and then we'll put the other one on after.
After. So what am I going to do? The show till noon?
Well, I
got a life too, you know.
I was trying to make the best of the worst. I wasn't implying that we'd send somebody home.
Oh, so like in other words, I'd interview someone at 8 o'clock, and then at 9 o'clock we can do the second interview.
Or at eight, maybe somebody at 7:45, somebody at 8:30.
All right.
Is what it was but I was not implying to send anybody home, Howard.
I see. Well, he's got a point. All right, good point.
Send him home, Howard.
Gary, can I send you home?
Asshole.
You can do whatever you want to me.
I'm not going to do anything.
Hey, Howard.
God's done enough to you. What?
I want to call in because I was listening to the wrap-up show, which I can't stand because Gary's on it.
Right.
And I listened to him berate Benji up and down like he's a dog.
Who, Benji?
Last Wednesday, he berated Benji like he was some kind of dog. And I'm like, he actually said, we can't believe your woman sleeps with you. Does he look in the fucking mirror?
I tell you the truth, John. I'm zoning out because I'm so still thinking about that Jenny McCarthy's not in here today that I literally can't concentrate. I was even thinking, Rob, maybe we should have had her at 9.
Yeah, we might have been able to see a naked Jenny thanks to him.
But I got to be out of here at 10. I got a meeting.
Oh.
Gary the big two fucked up.
I could have had you do the news now and then maybe Jenny at 9. Although you're probably not ready with the news, are you?
Well, I'd have to get the clips pulled.
Yeah, well, forget it. Forget it. Maybe that's what we should do. Maybe instead of
how many times is Gary going to fuck up this month?
What do you think if we just put Jenny on at 9? What?
I have to call back like right away.
But I got to get out at 10.
I understand.
Yeah, Robin, I would have to do some sort of news now. I'm just trying to.
I'm getting the things pulled now.
I could get Jenny to get here by 8:30. So that 9 would be the latest she could get on, and maybe 8:45, because if Jewel got here a little early, we could get her right on. But I have to make that call immediately.
All right, go ahead and make the call. And Rob and I will do a little abbreviated news now, and we'll have to skip it at the end. I apologize, Robin.
Gary, right now you're focused on the task at hand, but has your mind shifted into the future? You know how Howard tends to let things simmer within him.
No, my mind has shifted into how to not let this ever happen again. I can't think about what Howard's going to say down the road. I got to make sure that nothing like this ever happens again.
With 99% of the guests, you have a great relationship with both them and the publicists, especially with recurring guests. This can be repaired, right? I mean,
it'll all be repaired once it's, once she gets in here and she gets the press. But listen, I didn't fuck her up by making get up crazy early. She's got press the whole morning long. But she had expected to be here, and it's important for her show, and that's just terrible.
Hey, here's the update. Jewel's going to be here at 8. Jenny McCarthy's coming in another day because Gary fucked up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, Jenny. My apologies. I feel awful about that. Wonder how Gary actually booked 2 people at the same time. It's weird, right? I mean...
Well, I can understand if you're not keeping notes.
He's so disorganized. That's his problem. We're going to fix that. I'm going to help him with that. Going to turn him into a producer yet. Can't do that kind of stuff, right? Book 2 people at the same time. It's crazy, right?
That would be a major faux pas, yeah.
Oddly, I'm very zen today. I'm accepting it.
Well, you did say you had a blowout, but you pulled it together very quickly.
Yeah, I pulled it together. I really want to yell at him, but I'm fighting the urge. It's like killing me. I can't even think of anything else.
Well, you're having a big meeting today. You don't want to blow out your voice.
Yeah. Hey, maybe, Gary, what'll take my mind off of your massive fuck-up is if we played the staff revelation game. That might help. You want to do that?
Let's go.
You like that?
Yeah, I always love people are telling things we don't know.
Yeah, Gary, that'll be good. It'll take my mind off of it. How many people participated? 9?
It might be. Hold on.
Right. All right, here's Gary. He's got the staff revelation game. Tell me
10.
how. 10. All right. How does this work?
I'll give you a revelation,
All right.
and I'll give you 3 choices.
Go ahead.
Now, I got a short one, a long one.
Give me a short one.
Okay.
See how it goes. If it goes bad, it'll just chalk this day up to a complete fucking misery.
Okay. When I was in high school, I saw a group of retarded kids being
I just had a thought. Why don't we play another game simultaneously? We'll book 2 games at once. See how that works out. Go ahead. All right. I got that out of my system. Go ahead.
When I was in high school, I saw a group of retarded kids being taken backstage at a concert. I hopped into line and pretended to be retarded to get past the security guard. They marched the group into an elevator and took them up an exit. I stayed in the elevator. When they got off, I went back down to the backstage area.
It's either Richard or Sal.
It's one of my favorite bands.
One of your then it's Richard.
Well, it's Richard Christie, Steve Brandano, or John Hine.
Richard Christie.
Richard Christie.
Who else would act retarded? I mean, first of all, he looks retarded. He looks like he has Down syndrome, Richard. I mean, he kind of does, right? He's got like a massive forehead and that like flat back of his head.
He does have a funny look, and he's pale.
Yeah, it's Richard.
You want the answer?
Yeah.
It is not Richard.
Who is it?
So what were the choices again?
Richard Christie, Steve Brandano, or John Hine.
Oh. John Hine looks
Hine?
retarded. Yeah, it's John Hine.
The answer is it's Steve Brandano.
Oh.
He's a big fan of Dave Matthews.
Right.
He went to go see Dave Matthews. He saw the retarded kids.
You know, that's a really good revelation, except nobody cares about Steve Brandano.
I know, but it was a good revelation.
All right, go ahead. What else? Give me another one. That was a revelation by a guy no one cares about.
That a guy no one knows.
I'm listening to Howard 100 News yesterday. They did like a 5-minute report on the fact that Greg Carmel's girlfriend moved in with him. And
Stop it.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there going, what the fuck is going on? No one knows who Greg Carmel is. Nobody gives 2 shits about it.
Oh, my goodness. Nobody knew he had a girlfriend. Nobody knew him.
Yeah. Well, instead of talking to Jenny McCarthy, I'm talking about Steve Brandano acting retarded. All right, go ahead. Give me another one. So far, that was horrible. Go ahead.
All right.
Wait a second. The Daily News just called. They want to know if that's true about Steve Brandano.
They want to rewrite that. They want to write it up.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
You know, our first staff revelation game was so good that trying to repeat it is insane.
Well, that's, I guess, what I am thinking.
There are some good ones here.
Do you have any revelations from guys who work in the mailroom? All right, go ahead.
There's going to be some. I don't know what to do because there's going to be some.
I don't know what to do. Isolate that. Go ahead. Go ahead, Gary.
Okay. I was the president of my fraternity, so I was the only one with a key to the coat room in the house. We were all out for the night, and I met a chick. On the way home, I called my girlfriend and asked her to meet me at the house. Dumb move, because I was with this other chick. When I got to the house, she was there. I told her to grab my coat, and then I locked her in the coat room while I banged the other chick.
Oh, get out of here.
That's crazy.
That's idiotic. He was with a girl, and he called up his girlfriend and said, come meet me at the house.
And then he locks her in the coat room?
This person's retarded. Who is it?
You want your choices?
Yeah.
Your choices are John Lieberman, Doug Goodstein, or Will Murray.
Well, I think Doug Goodstein's...
Who was in a fraternity?
Doug Goodstein's retarded. Because I'm so... that's another guy I'm annoyed with.
Yeah?
Oh, my God. On Howard TV... You know, let's stop the drum for a second. I love Howard TV, and I love what we do, and Doug does a great job, but... So I'm just saying I do love Doug. But he's fucking out of his mind. You know that show with Rachel Fine Time?
Yeah.
She did, like, Fine Time with Doug Goodstein. And it's the most horrible, boring show ever.
Aw.
I mean, and by the way, it's the longest Fine Time in the history of Fine Time.
He couldn't even edit it.
No, because every word was brilliant coming out of his mouth. It is the most boring. You know, I've never said every show on Howard TV is good, except now we have the worst show on Howard TV.
Do you have clips?
I do. What page is that on? Anybody know offhand? JD or something? JD page 57?
JD1 last column.
All right. Hey, Jules not here. Doug, dude, did you watch? You must have fallen in love with your own voice because that is the worst fucking most boring interview. You are death on camera, number one. Number two, I mean, it's Howard TV. You know, it's horrible.
We go through the whole staff. I'm not writing the questions.
People don't care about you.
Then why'd they send in 100 questions?
Who sent in 100 questions?
What do you think? We write the questions ourselves? They're from social media.
Listen when he talks. How he
we
goes,
scrub. I'm sorry, I can't be as perfect as you.
No, let me hear when you talk. You got an issue. Start talking.
Are you going to evaluate people's voices now?
Yeah. What's going on back there?
I have allergies.
You got allergies?
Yeah.
Oh,
you know,
all right.
Like the same thing.
No, I'm
You
worried
have that
about
too.
you.
I'm worried about you, too.
You're horrible on Howard TV. Take your show off. It's horrible.
Howard, I answer
Gary,
honestly,
did you hear it?
I heard the clips from it. We did think it was very long.
First he talks about the Howard TV budget. Oh, the whole thing. I can't get through 3 minutes of it.
And the reason it's long is
Why do I have to be
because
tortured?
I open it up with clips that support the questions. It's like they're all visual. They're all referenced to visual questions.
Oh, you couldn't cut a word out, huh? Because
What is the budget
Of course we
discussion?
cut it.
Wait, I'm going to play some of my favorite
Can I
clips.
ask a question? When you do other fine times, do you support those with visual clips?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, but listen.
We go through the entire staff. People actually like it. You're underestimating, I think, what the audience likes. We've gone through the whole staff.
The people liked it. They didn't say they liked yours.
Guys, can you stay off my page? They just took away the page. Guys, I tell you, I'm going to kill somebody today.
Uh-oh.
The equipment here is fucking shit. I want to be out of this place. Holy mackerel. I got this all lined up and the whole page just changed. Holy cow, they couldn't make this more difficult. Doug, bottom line, your show blows. You're boring. Here's Doug talking about previous jobs he held.
Which is a question that someone wrote.
What?
Someone wrote the question.
Well,
I answered
edit
the
it
question.
down. It's boring.
Listen.
What did you do before Howard, and has working with Howard been the most enjoyable job of your career?
Yeah, he's having a blast.
Well,
Not
before
today.
Howard, I was at ABC News. I wanted to be a reporter, believe it or not.
Believe
and
that.
That's the
Believe
career
it or not.
Yeah.
I was on path to do. But I hated it. I was there for 2 years. I was working for World News Tonight with Peter Jennings. It was just all hard news. It was all serious. It was all, just real corporate. And I was...
Please keep going.
Bored. So I started looking for work, and this is where I ended up. The E! Show was just...
By the way, Doug's fine time is 24 minutes. Robin Quivers is 11 minutes. All right? Robin is somebody people know and actually care about. No, I'm telling you, we had to support it with materials.
Well, it's not,
Dude, 3 minutes with you is boring enough. All right, 3 minutes. You know what you do? You do a whole thing of the staff of Howard TV, and each of you get a minute with one question? Okay. Are you fucking high?
This is the form. We've gone through the entire staff.
Yeah, then end the show. Then it's over. Fine time. We're on demand. We don't have to have a show every week.
If we do a solicit and questions come in, clearly there's an interest in hearing what people have to say about. It's a behind-the-scene thing. People like it. People seem to like it. The feedback.
No
is
one
pretty
liked
good for
this
the show.
No one liked you on it.
I'll look at comments and see if people like it. See how many views it has.
Go ahead. There's not one person who's going to like this. When is the show going to be about Rob Martin? Any chance
we're
we could
taping
see
that tomorrow?
Oh, tomorrow?
Tomorrow,
Good.
yeah. Tomorrow, actually taping Steve Randano and Lisa G. Is that
Do you
okay?
realize that in Doug's eyes, he's twice as important as you, Robin?
Well, I didn't realize it, but I guess he knows.
Here's Doug answering questions about music rights.
Every time you air a Stump the Boogie on Howard TV, you always edit the questions and music out. Why?
That is a good question as well, and that's a very simple answer. People don't realize it.
Simple answer. Goes on for 3 minutes.
Right.
This is stuff that comes up all the time.
But who cares?
Doug, we understand that, but
It's
we're
like
talking
Twitter.
about you answering.
It's like Twitter, like a guy with 5 followers. Yeah, it comes up all the time amongst your 5
But
followers.
people clearly want to know the answer to it. I mean, it wouldn't have. We get questions all the time about it. So why not answer questions?
Oh,
it comes
my
up. People
God.
call into
That's
the
a
show here and
very
ask
good
about it.
question.
So why don't we put
that takes
everybody
up
on?
time.
What?
Why don't we just put everyone on Howard TV?
He plans to.
Yeah,
I do plan to, and you know what? Like Steve Randano, we're doing him tomorrow.
Oh my God!
Okay?
What is with Steve Randano?
But you know, I'll show you the list. There's 100 questions came in, so clearly there's an interest. Lisa G, we're doing
100
tomorrow.
questions.
Lisa G.
That's
we're
how
doing
Oprah
tomorrow.
books guests. She goes, there was 100 questions, so I'm going to have Steve Brandano on.
Thanks, Freddie.
All right, never mind music rights. Here Doug defends. You want to hear
music
more?
rights, then the audience can know, and
Defends.
What?
I don't even know what he's defending here.
Have you been banned from going on the road with Ronnie and taping the block parties since Howard railed you for not doing anything and wasting Howard TV money on the road?
This is a very funny question to me, because again,
Ryan Rasmussen's going to be on in 2 weeks, Robin.
Well, he's in next month.
Oh, is he next month, Ryan Rasmussen? Good, okay.
Things get so polarized when I do anything, and I don't know
What do they get pulverized?
What?
Polarized.
Oh, polarized.
Oh, polarized.
It is. We are on the road all the time. We are on the road. We have crews out all the time. This past weekend they went to the block party in Pittsburgh and Cleveland. You don't hear anything about it, but Howard knows we shot it. But if I went to that, he would be like,
Are you following this at all?
No.
I zoned out. It's terrible, Doug. Doug, look at me. I love you. You know that.
I love you too.
But you're off. I mean, you've given yourself 25 minutes on Howard TV to answer questions nobody wants to hear the answers to, except for your 100 fans. Trust me on this. This is a terrible, terrible program.
You're a behind the scenes.
I disagree. And that's what the show
look, let's be honest. Robin just hit it on the head. Yeah. Robin's a genius.
I am a behind the scenes guy. That's why I avoid coming on the air most of the time. I don't put myself out there.
We don't have anyone here who's really behind the scenes. Greg Carmel wants to be behind the scenes. The news did a 10-minute Lisa G report on his girlfriend moving in yesterday. I got a problem here. I got no workers. I got all superstars.
Greg, I don't think Greg solicited that.
Who knows Greg Carmel? Nobody.
I do.
Yeah, I know you do. You guys get off. Hey, guess what? We're doing our own. Howard TV's running a Doug Goodstein special. Holy mackerel! Are we nuts?
Howard.
Doug,
I disagree with you.
Go back and watch it again. You're off on this.
This is just getting to know the.
Who likes this show beside Marlo, your wife, and the kids?
She hasn't even seen it. She doesn't even know I did it.
Have you shown the kids yet?
No.
No.
He's having more children so he can have a bigger audience.
Who told you we're having more kids? How'd you find out about that?
What do you want to hear how Doug makes the studios cold so that Rachel Fine's nipples can pop out?
Oh my God!
Except that Doug calls it when the turkey is done.
Turkey's done.
Well, I mean, who the fuck says that to a woman? Listen to this guy.
We are in the control room. The control room is, we don't notice it as much. It's so loud, the air conditioning in here. We got to keep the room cold. And when everything is down, you hear it. It's much louder. But it's also to make the turkey done for you. So.
I was gonna say, is this some sort of ploy for the male viewer benefit? Thank you for that.
We know what guys like.
Right
so if the turkey's done,
the turkey's done. Just he loves that joke. He got it in twice. If the turkey's done.
Well, again, that's a little out of context. She starts the whole thing off. She said, "Why is it so cold in here? It's freezing here." And then, of course, you made the edit to avoid that part.
Even now, you're boring.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable.
I didn't, Howard.
Who would sit through 24 minutes of this? There's not a person on the planet.
How many views? Well, I don't know.
Jason, you had 5,000 views. You know how many Beetlejuice got? 59,000.
It's been up. This has been up for maybe a week, I think.
Yeah, and let's count how long people last through it. They tune it in, and then they last for 30 seconds with you. Trust me, this is a horrible show on Howard TV.
Okay.
You got to get better people than you. Interview Fred again.
Else.
There's got to be. Interview Gary again. He just fucked up again. He booked two people at the same time.
We're going on the second round with everyone.
Good.
Fred, we did 2 already.
Do a third. Before you put yourself on, do 5 interviews with Fred. I'd rather you interview a turkey. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
Interview an animal. It's more interesting. Gobbled twice.
Listen, I was just trying to answer questions that were asked. I was trying to be honest.
But do me a favor. Answer those questions to Scott DePace in the control room.
I understand your point, but I'm telling you, you're underestimating a little bit that people don't care about what goes on behind the scenes and to know about people around you. Not just me.
A minute behind the scenes, not 24 minutes. All right. You can leave now. You've been told what's wrong with you. Let's go to Gary again now with another stamp regulation. All right, thank you.
That comforts the pain.
Please go back there and pay attention to what you're doing.
I do that every day. Now are you insinuating I don't do that?
I think you lost your mind, is what I think.
I haven't lost my mind.
All right, thank you.
I didn't lose my mind.
Imagine you subscribe to Howard TV and you see 24 minutes of Doug Goodstein answering questions about music rights.
It's online.
It's online?
Yeah,
okay.
that we do online.
Good. All right, thank you.
And on Howard TV.
I defy anybody to stay awake through it. What is it, Gary?
I was waiting. Do you want me to recap so we can get this one part of the game done?
All right, what is the revelation?
So the game, the revelation was president of his fraternity, met a girl, brought her back to the frat house, called his girlfriend, locked his girlfriend in the courtroom.
All right, what are my choices?
Lieberman, Doug Goodstein, Will Murray.
Lieberman, Doug Goodstein, Will Murray. How come I don't care?
It must be Will Murray.
Yeah, Will Murray. Because he's the only one who could even have a girlfriend on that crew out of those 3.
That's not true, but it's not. Will's not the answer.
Who is it?
It's Lieberman.
John Lieberman?
Yeah. Well, that's idiotic. Here, Mike Ganji on Howard TV, they did one with him.
Yes.
6,000 views. It's been up there for 3 months.
The Doug's kicking his ass.
Yeah. Doug Goodstein, Greg Carmel, and Ganji. 3 guys nobody cares about. What are we? Are we on drugs? What's going on?
Who's minding the store?
I think I've had enough of this game. The staff revelation.
Well, I
game.
want to do more, just maybe not
You
today.
do? All right, give me one more. Give me your best one.
My best one?
Yeah.
Last year, my wife and I were considering having a baby. We were extremely close, but changed our minds. Your choices are Jason Kaplan, Richard Christie, or Howard Stern.
Well, it ain't me, so.
Wait a minute. What did you say? Jason Kaplan? It got to be Richard Christie.
But say it again.
The revelation or the
revelation?
Last year, my wife and I were considering having a baby. We were extremely close, but changed our minds. The choices are Jason Kaplan, Richard Christie, or Howard Stern.
Jason's so fat, I don't think he can fuck his wife. It's got to be Richard Christie.
Robin?
Who do you think, Fred?
I say Christie.
Robin?
I say Christie.
You're all wrong.
Really?
Benji?
I bet it's Howard.
You bet correctly.
It's me.
That was you just blurted out. It's not me.
Well, I had to throw you off.
Oh, you devil!
Trying to make this game good.
I believe that.
Yeah.
That's a good revelation.
That's an amazing revelation.
Is it? I don't think it's a big deal.
Oh,
well,
stop
because
it,
you,
Gary.
But the man has said adamantly, no fucking way am I having a kid.
Yeah, but he said adamantly he wasn't getting married.
Right. Robin
understood, but
no, we came close.
How close?
We sat down. We were really talking about it. I was hesitant, and then all of a sudden, I kind of like opened my heart up to the idea. And my wife was feeling like maybe she wanted to have a kid. And
so what happened?
I got scared at the last minute.
Do you think
because of my age?
Do you think the conversation might open up again?
Well, she's 40, and I'm 59. I mean.
Well, it doesn't always have to be about pregnancy.
Oh, fuck, I ain't adopting anybody.
Have you heard his views on adoption?
Are you insane?
Come on, Howard.
Robin,
You and a little black child.
Let me tell you, I don't care
African
what color.
child.
I don't care what color the kid is, but although a lot of white people get shit for adopting black children.
That's why I think you should do it. That would be it would cause a riot.
First of all, I think there would be
rioting. It would be worse than Barrett.
How great would it be if I had a black child?
You would have to call Steven Spielberg and apologize.
See, Beth would have a black child in a minute. She saw Sandra Bullock with her black child and thought it was the greatest.
Yeah, look at how cute they are.
Yeah, they love that. But first of all,
I think you should go full African, though.
I got to tell you something. Most people are lucky, and they get like that guy who was the quarterback for the 49ers.
You think most people get a quarterback?
Yeah. You know what I get? I get one of those Russian babies that it turns out like they're genetically predisposed to killing everybody.
Yeah, the Russians who are psychotic.
Have you read about those?
Yes.
Now the Russians don't want to let us adopt any babies anymore. I'm like, good. Who the fuck wants them here?
But even Beth at 40, with technology today, you could do in vitro.
Let me tell you something about Beth. Beth is a woman who gets her period.
Okay.
My fucking sperm is stronger than anything. If I want to get Beth pregnant, I got no problem.
You said she's 40. I didn't.
Yeah. I'm telling you, though, if I put my penis in her with my massive load, she'd get pregnant. I could get a woman pregnant in 1 month.
So what I said is there's still time left. I said, would you revisit it? And you said, oh, she's 40. But there is time.
Yeah, but I think the moment's passed.
How long did the conversation go?
It went for the whole summer. Like, we were really gearing up. Like, okay, and I was gearing up, and I went, wait a second, am I fucking high?
Was there anything that triggered it, you think?
Yeah, well,
Benji.
Well, time. Yeah, we looked at you and we said, wouldn't it be nice to have a son like Benji? No, but seriously, I'll tell you seriously what triggered it. It was that maybe because of my age and maybe because of her age, it was like the last time. It was like the last opportunity that we could really do this.
It was the do we want to do it or not?
Right.
Moment.
It was like when when you're cramming for an exam and it's like the exam is due.
It's now or never.
Yeah.
Do you look at it now and have any regrets?
Beth thinks we might have regrets.
Well, what do you think?
I don't think I'll have any regrets.
Because
I think I might have regrets if she's unhappy that she didn't have a kid. I want that woman to be happy. She's a great woman.
Did you open up to any friends about it or family?
I talked to my buddy Pat about it. No, I would never talk to my own family about it. No. No one's going to talk to me about it. But my mother and father don't talk to me about that kind of stuff. I did. You know what? Actually, I did talk to my mom and dad about it. My dad looked at me like I was nuts.
Oh. We're not babysitting.
So what? You're scared? Are you scared you'll be too old, or you're scared you won't like it?
Scared I won't have enough time for myself, that I'm too old and crotchety and set in my ways. When I was a young man, that was different. You know, I could put in the time with the kids. I don't want to be a shitty father. I mean, or shittier father.
Oh. I think you'd love it.
You think I would?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. You don't know me that well.
I don't, but I think you would.
Oh, Jules here. I got to take a break.
Why don't you have a baby, Benji?
With Howard?
Yeah. Why don't you have a baby with Elisa Jordana?
We might. We're talking.
Yeah, you're talking about it?
Yeah.
I'm here to drop my seed.
I don't know. It sounds like she's ready to break up with you. I got to play that tape of her in the hall.
What happened
screaming
last
about Benji.
week?
She's just like, Benji, fuck him. You know, the whole thing. She was pissed.
It was a fun day.
Yeah. You know what? I'll talk about that, but I want to get to Jewel next.
Yeah, we were all sort of left hanging when Benji left the studio and Elisa was crying.
Yeah. Oh, wait, Robin, I didn't know this. Evan Mandelbaum, our engineer who works with Scott, he's booked for fine time.
Wow.
No, well, actually, he's not. His dog is. When is your interview going to air, Evan? What is that? Oh, okay. For those of you fans of Howard TV and you're sick of the Doug Goodstein interview, Evan Mandelbaum's dog is going to be interviewed in 3 weeks. Oh, 4 weeks. Sorry.
Thank you.
That's the Mandelbaum dog. Yes, Gary.
We should get to Jewel.
All right, we'll be back right after these words.
Yes, Doug, Greg. So, Doug, many would argue that the peripheral people on this show that Howard has made interesting to legions of fans is what truly drives the Howard Stern Show. Yet today you were criticized for being involved in the show and almost trying to steal attention.
Well, here's my take on this. This is the format of the show is for people to send in questions and for people all around here, behind the scenes and on air, to answer them. In my case, there were a lot of questions that I answered in detail. Some of the other questions are like, who F, marry, kill? That takes 10 seconds to answer. What did you do before, before here? And that for me, I went into detail. Some people just say, oh, before I did nothing, because I was, did nothing before here. People answer short and to the point. I answered in detail. And I think people really like some of those honest answers. And, a lot of it, more than half of it is probably video clips that we use to support it. So, without the video, it's probably just the same length as anyone else's. And I'm going to keep talking because I want this to be the longest post interview that Greg Carmel has ever done. And I'm just going to keep talking, and I'm going to let it go. Okay? I want to show you something. Come here for a second.
Okay.
Come here.
I'm for that.
You have to give me a moron. Hi.
Look at the bags under this guy's fucking.
Look at the bags under your eyes, Andy.
Look at this guy.
Andy, you're 23 years younger than me. Andy, look at that fucking bag. Yeah, well, whatever.
Doug, you're 57?
83 years. Look at you.
What are you?
Look at you, you piece of old shit.
Are
Look
you
at
saying Doug's 57?
I don't.
23 years younger than you?
Don't worry about my fucking bags.
Lift them up.
My balls. Worry about
Balls
them.
are at your knees. This is your balls. I'm grabbing the balls.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, touch them again, man.
Going forward, what do you do? What do guys who are sort of behind the scenes but have been engaged on the air in the past, how do you navigate this? Howard likes the behind-the-scenes angle, yet at times he has too much of it. Do you have to just sort of gauge his mood?
Well, it's an example of, it was delivered to him it was the rhetoric. It was like, here, check out this boring clips. If Howard saw it in context, maybe he would have a different opinion. Maybe he would realize it was someone behind the scenes answering all these questions that the fans sent in. I didn't write them. People wanted these questions answered. And again, I get some of those questions on Twitter, on the Howard TV account, on my Twitter account, all the time. So I answered them. You can't win around here.
That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line. You cannot win around here. You can't do anything right. The only thing, you can't do anything right. There's nothing ever right around here. And that's what keeps us all on edge. That's what's making this Stern world work. So it's all good.
You just got to keep coming to play every day.
You got to keep going up to bat. Take swings, some are misses, some are home runs, some are hits, some are singles, some are, you foul out. whatever.
And some people on the team are ready to die, like Ronnie Mund.
Yeah.
They might not,
Yeah,
be with us much longer.
Ronnie takes one swing. I think his arms will fall off.
Yeah.